Why don't you answer, and then we'll move on to the next round. And you can be thinking about an answer to Justice Sotomayor while we move into a different stage of the argument. Is being a bank robber a status?
No, I would say that a law, well, if your question is asking would it be permissible to punish being a bank robber, I think that would have vagueness problems probably.
Well, it would be someone who robbed a bank. That doesn't sound vague.
Well, I don't think that it is a status in the sense of Robinson, which, again, I want to just focus on what we think Robinson stands for, and it's only its narrow holding about addiction. And there it was the status of being an addict without any mens rea. So a law like that, without any actus reus. A law like that is problematic without an actus reus. I think it would probably have vagueness problems, due process problems. However, the Eighth Amendment, this entire exercise under Robinson, is the only time this court has ever evaluated the substantive criminal law, and it raises all of these line drawing problems. And the fact that I'm not here to defend Robinson as a matter of first principles, we don't agree with it. We think it was wrongly decided. We're just saying that it is so far removed, that our laws are so far removed from what was at issue in Robinson that it just isn't implicated here.
So if someone is homeless for a week and then finds available shelter, is that person homeless when he's in the shelter?
Under federal law, the HUD regulations, he is actually considered homeless. That shows the fluidity and the different ways.
Putting the HUD regulations to one side, can someone who is sleeping in a shelter be considered homeless?
Some would say yes, that someone.
What would you say?
I would say that at that point he is sheltered and homeless. I think that is.
No, let me make it easier. What if he buys a home or finds a home or is given a home? Is he homeless at that point?
No, he is not. So for what's at issue in this case.
So you think the status of homelessness can change from one time to another?
Yes, I do. I think it's very fluid.
Is that consistent with the definition of status in Robinson?
No. So Robinson treated addiction as a disease and as something that, and many believe that addiction is something that someone has with them forever, and it's a struggle. So that is a very different situation. And here, if someone has shelter, let's say they were offered shelter yesterday and they refused it, and then today when someone comes around and tells them that they're not permitted to camp, are they involuntarily there if they refused shelter yesterday? That's the question the Eighth Amendment does not answer. This is very complex. What if there is a bed available in the Gospel Rescue Mission, but like Ms. Johnson, a person doesn't wish to leave their pet? Her Rottweiler's not permitted there. So that is a difficult question for a person and a difficult policy question. But the person's status, yes.
Thank you, Counsel.